Hey guys, welcome to another video and thanks for clicking on this one. In this video, I want to talk about the importance of life insurance, and I'm not an expert and I'm not trying to sell you anything, just so you know. I'm not a agent trying to sell a life insurance policy. However, I am very, familiar with the various types of policies that are out there. And I just want to talk about that from an immigrant perspective and something that I personally would prefer, and you need to look at your own situation to decide what's best for you. At the end of the day, your ability to choose the policy that fits and suits your lifestyle is crucial. So let's start with the first thing. Are you subscribed to the channel? If you are not, please subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. That also helps to let me know what you find beneficial and what I would maybe bring in the future. As you know, this is all about how we can get better financially, and especially coming from an immigrant myself. So let's talk about this life insurance thing. As we know, as you grow older, as you build wealth, it is important that you protect your assets, and protecting your assets and providing for your loved ones, you would often come across life insurance. And the reason is because, well, if something were to happen, you have this money that can be paid out to your heirs, your families, right? And this is good because it has a lot of benefits. One, it can be the tax, tax benefit of it, because the inheritance may not be taxed because it's a life insurance policy. It can be a form of asset protection even for yourself, and also it can be an asset that you can use even during your own lifetime, depending on the type of policy you sign up for. But there's been a video that I've seen on just social media in general, and why people should avoid whole life policies, whole life insurance policies, and maybe do term life insurance policies, and which one is better. And then you have the IUL, which is the Index Universal Life Insurance. I believe that's what that stands for. And there's so many various policies with different designs. Nothing is inherently wrong with any of these policies. However, depending on what your financial situation is, you have to choose wisely. And this is where you need to ask yourself, what is the best thing? A lot of times we don't like to think about life insurance because it means like, oh, are we thinking about death? That's one problem that we have as immigrants. We don't want to think about death because we feel like, oh, why should we be planning for death? It's probably like there's like a taboo. But in reality, it's actually a smart thing, because you are insuring something. You're insuring your life, which means that if something were to happen, the people that you are working hard for and the life you're trying to build for these people can still be gained, because there's a lump sum that is paid, or at least there's this money that is paid to take care of those dreams for the people that you leave behind. Now, like I said, I'm not an expert in these policies, so I'm not here to discuss various policies over the other. But one thing I want you to think about is, why do you think you need a life insurance? I think that really answers it, because if you're just a single person and you have no dependent, then you may not necessarily need to have a life insurance policy. On the other hand, if you have a wife, 2 kids, 3 kids, and so on, right? At that point, it will be beneficial to have some form of insurance policy, because in case something happens to you, then your kids, your wife, and everybody's taken care of. And also, it could be the wife for the husband and the kids. It all depends. It all depends on what you want to do. But the point here is, having that protection is good. Now, we can then talk about, do you go with a whole life insurance policy? Do you go with an Index Universal Life Insurance policy? Do you go with the term insurance policies? Like, all of this are now like the nitty-gritty aspect of it that you need to look into. And here's the way I look at this, okay? The term is often pushed as a favorite of most people, because you can protect yourself for a certain period of time, especially when you think your kids might be young and you want to make sure that in case something happens, your kids and the education and the lifestyle they have can be maintained up until a certain period. So let's say you are 35 and you have kids who maybe a newborn, and you want to make sure everything is okay in case something happens to you or your income or your health or whatever, right? That they're taking care of for 20 years. You can sign up for like a, let's say, 20-year term policy, which means that every month you're paying something into this insurance policy. And at the end of 20 years, if nothing happens, then everything you've paid is gone. And in case something happens, of course, the insurance pays out a certain amount to your family. The benefit of term is generally that they are cheaper to acquire and maintain because you're paying every month. On the other hand is the whole life insurance policy, right? Where you are paying a lot more. It's usually maybe sometimes 5 to 10 times more expensive, depending on what other things you had on to it. And the idea is that you are paying that for the rest of your life, literally, right? As long as you maintain and you keep it in good standing, you maintain it and you're paying that amount for the rest of your life. And in case something happens, they pay, and when the person passes, then pay out a lump sum to the family. The issue now is some people believe that, these insurance policies are sometimes designed to scam people. And that is because of the way they are sold. And this is where you need to become intelligent, because none of them is bad. It is just that understanding what you're signing up for is the issue. If you don't understand what you're signing up for, when you now, let's say 5 years in, you think, this insurance policy, the agent said that I can take out whatever I've contributed and I can use the money and I can you can take the cash value and you can borrow from it and you can put it back and you don't have to pay interest and all these things, right? And actually you still have to pay interest. It's just usually cheaper than a bank. But the point here is, when you don't understand what you've signed up for, okay, that's when surprises come in. And that is why you want to get educated and be informed about what you're signing up for before you sign up for anything. When it comes to this type of policies that are usually complicated and usually they overwhelm you with a lot of information, there is possibility of not understanding what you've signed up for. And when 2-3 years down the line you think, I have a certain amount of money invested somewhere, when in reality most of what you've contributed has just gone to the company. Again, remember, you're insured, so if something happens, the insurance company will still pay out. But if you sign up for something that is way too expensive for you and for your income, and that you can't sustain over the years and decades, that is where the problem starts. Generally speaking, life insurance policies, especially the whole life insurance policies, are more expensive, and you have, in order for you not to lose your money, you have to be able to maintain it. If you sign up for one, the best thing is to maintain it. Or if you think you're going to give it up, that means that you're going to lose whatever you've contributed because you don't get the money back. But before you sign those dotted lines and sign up for a policy, make sure you read they send you like a package, all right, that has all the details that you need to know about. And the problem is that people don't read these things. Because you don't read it, you haven't misunderstand what the agent is communicating. Because the agent will tell you the sweet things, because you have to remember that the agent is also trying to make a sale. They're trying to sell something, and it's not that they are deceiving you. It's just that they only tell you all the good stuff that thing has. They may not really emphasize the downsides and the things that you should understand, because if they lay everything out to you, it becomes overwhelming. So they will tell you just the highlights of the things you need to hear so that you can proceed. And in as much as they want to make a sale, they're not trying to deceive you. The reality remains that you don't understand what you've just signed up for. And what will happen eventually is that you think there's an amount somewhere, when in reality you don't have that amount yet. So the best thing I can say is, before you sign up for any of these policies, make sure you understand it well. Spend time to read it. look at the lines. I personally would take an highlighter, especially when I get those things. I take an highlighter, and because I know this is a commitment, you're committing to this thing, and sometimes you're committing to it for decades. So you better understand what you're signing up for, so that you are not surprised when you truly need it. That is something I just wanted to share with you. If you found value in this one, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. I'd love to see you in a future one.